This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by promoter Ben Shalom here at your call. Ben, successful night at the office, start from the top. I just worked through a few of those fights. Frazer Clarke, you said when the Fabio Wardley fight fell through, you wanted him to get some more rounds. He banked them, 10 rounds here against Mariusz Wach.
Exactly that, and I don't want to say 10 rounds again, but that's exactly what we needed, and Mariusz Wach was the perfect opponent. No one's ever stopped him in the first half of a fight, only stopped him been stopped 4 times, but to take that in your 7th fight I think is a very, very good step up. There were times there I thought Frazer Clarke started really well, but there's times there where concentration and stamina, they're only things you can learn under the lights, and 10 rounds in a hot York Hall was exactly what we wanted and exactly what we're preparing for the title fights.
He spoke about after the fight, he called out Fabio Wardley once again. I know you said that there's a contract on the table still, an offer there for Fabio Wardley. Is it a matter of trying to revisit that almost, or carrying on down a different path?
Look, it's there. It's whether Fabio just wanted it early and to try and catch him early, I don't know. He's got the biggest offer that we could possibly make and the thing that he could possibly receive, but I respect that he's a British champion. He can choose who he fights, but he's got a massive offer in front of him and it's up to him whether he takes it.
Now he's got the 10 rounds under his bank, would you be a lot more happier to see Frazer challenge Fabio next for that British title, or do you still feel he needs another fight?
I'd be a lot more comfortable now, and he's got some experience to draw on. I think the first few fights, yes, he got 6 rounds against Camel, but the first few fights were going early in it, and I'm just delighted he's got that, and yeah, it'll be up to Fabio what fight he takes next.
Caroline Dubois, walk me through her performance.
Look, it's not just a performance. I think 22 years old, she put down Lezcano twice. Lezcano's never been dropped before. Look at her fight against Estelle Mosley and that level of fighter and how close that was. Caroline Dubois is 22 years old. Phenomenon. Not even what we see in the gym that wasn't, and she got a performance a 6 out of 10. That shows how good she is. I think genuinely could be the best female fighter this country has ever produced. I truly believe that. I think so excited for her. She's ready for the big time. She won't stop going on about it. She wants Michaela Mayer. She wants the world title. She doesn't want to slow down, and fair play to her. And yeah, delighted with her, but also Vidal Riley. I thought career best performance for him, and yeah, it was good to see.
Just on Vidal, I wanted to ask you about Tommy Fury's comments. He said, no disrespect, but Vidal's fighting a lot lower than me. Say what you want about opposition, but I'm fighting at world championship level. I'm doing millions of pay-per-view buys with all these big names. He's not a big enough draw, but he did list him as a potential opponent. Tommy for Vidal. Look,
of course, Tommy's making a huge amount of money, and I like Tommy. I get on with Tommy, so fair play to him. But obviously, it's a completely different form of boxing to the professional sport. I think Vidal's an elite cruiserweight, and a lot of fighters won't want to fight him because of that. And I can see why Tommy wouldn't want to fight him. But it's two different sports, really.
Just 2 more to touch on. We saw that Richard Riakporhe was ordered to face Opetaia. Confident a deal gets made. Does he have to go to purse bids? What do you think with that?
Confident a deal does get made. I think fair play to Richard, because he was the one that wanted that fight. For me, it's possibly the 2 best cruiserweights in the world. I think it's a 50-50 fight. I think Opetaia is a man after beating Bradis, but Richard Riakporhe, to want that fight, to believe he'll win that fight, I believe he'll win that fight as well. And yeah, what an opportunity for Richard to become a world champion.
Bring that back here to the UK, or will Richard have to travel for it?
Love to. I think it should be in London. Let's see what we can do. But yeah, looking forward to it.
On the back of that news, saw some reports that Masternak may face Billam-Smith next. Any truth in that?
Look, maybe. I think we'll sit down with Whyte-Bakole and Chris Billam-Smith next week, and then we'll work it out. But exciting time for the cruiserweight division, and so many fighters coming through as well, like Vidal and Isaac, and even Clarke. I thought his performance was really strong against David Jamieson. So yeah, exciting times for the cruiserweights.
Just a final one, up at heavyweight. I've seen Eddie Hearn admit that he doesn't think Joshua Whyte may take place next. With that in mind, Whyte-Bakole, anything you might try and manoeuvre there?
Look, I think Dillian knows that we'd love to do that fight, but it's up to Dillian. We'd love to make that fight, but I think we're focused on our own stable now. We've got a huge amount of guys with Ben Whittaker and Adam Azim and Frazer Clarke and Caroline Dubois and Callum Simpson all coming through. That's where our focus is, and Martin Bakole will get the best fight we possibly can. I think Dillian Whyte knows we'd love to make that fight.
Right, Ben, it's a pleasure as always. Thank you.
Top man, cheers.